What's up, everybody? My name is Phoenix, and welcome back to Author Phoenix Gaming. Oh man, I really dropped off the radar, and I apologize for that. My explanation for that, I actually do have a good one, and that explanation is that the author part of Author Phoenix Gaming is not there just for show. That is a very real thing, it's a very real part of my life, and over the last month or 2 months, that shit got real. Quick little story here. Back in April of last year, I actually had a novella that I had written, which is kind of like a mini novel, for those of you who don't know. And back in April of last year, I actually managed to get a publishing contract with a small local publisher where I live. And fast forward to last month, and things didn't wind up working out. So that kind of sucked. But it also opened the door for some really cool things, and actually opened the door for a whole plan for 2016 that I'm still working on. But when that happened, and all that shit kind of hit the fan, I really needed to hit the pause button on this channel and sort of reorganize everything and make sure that I could still do what I wanted to do on the author front, and hopefully actually get back to this channel and to a couple of other things that I'll probably mention later, because I do love gaming almost as much as I love writing, and I love talking about gaming almost as much as I love talking about my writing. So that brings us to today with this new video about Destiny, the Taken King, and why I am uncharacteristically excited for it. Now, for my sharp-eyed subscribers, which I would hope is all of you, you will notice that this video is actually a re-upload because, and I should have done this before I actually uploaded it, but when I went back and watched the first version of this, I wasn't really happy with how I was trying to rush through things to sort of condense it all into the amount of footage that I was working with at the time. So yeah, the re-record, the re-upload, and this is, as I said in that video, going to be sort of a multi-part series of videos because in the live stream that Bungie did last week, they revealed a ton of information. I've heard the term infosplosion bandied about on other YouTube channels and in a couple of Twitch streams, and infosplosion is a very accurate way to put this because, dear God, was there a lot of information to go through over the course of the 55-minute stream. And if you guys want to watch that stream for yourself, Bungie actually uploaded the recording of it to their own YouTube channel, so link to that down in the description. And the first thing I want to talk about is the big major thing that has me not only really excited for the Taken King, but more excited for Destiny and anything Destiny related ever. I wasn't even this excited for the initial launch of Destiny, because when I played the beta, I actually got some little red flags popping up in the beta. They're like, I'm not so sure this game is gonna work out the way I hoped it would, but that is definitely another subject for another video. And so now that I'm done with my rambling, what Bungie revealed in their stream that got me super excited for this was the questification of Destiny, as they put it, where now basically every mission in the game is going to be delivered to you via quest, as in most RPGs, traditional RPGs and traditional MMOs, which half of me says, why the fuck did it take you this long? But then the other half of me is like, yes, finally they're fixing the game. They're finally making it every inch of the game it should have been at launch. And I know for some people that's a negative, and I know there are quite a few people on YouTube who are very loud about that being a negative for them. But I try to be a glass half full type of guy, so the fact that they're finally fixing it is just, it's all good news to me as far as I'm concerned. And we don't have a lot of details as to how exactly this is going to play out, the nitty-gritty specific details. But I did grab this little screenshot of of the recording of their stream, because I think it encapsulates pretty much everything that has me excited for this. You'll notice that I've got this screenshot as he's mousing over Path of the Voidwalker, which is apparently, at least based on this screenshot, it looks to me like either the conclusion of or a lead into, and actually the lead into I think is more accurate given the ghost message that's attached to this little tooltip. It looks to me like it's the starting point for a quest where you talk to your Warlock Vanguard mentor, Ikora Rey, about the fact that, hey, I just discovered that I can shoot these massive blasts of void energy out of my hands. You kind of want to teach me how to use this kind of power and control this power so maybe I don't accidentally blow someone up that I actually like. And I don't know if there's going to be any cinematics attached to that. Quite frankly, I doubt it. But I do hope that maybe once we actually go to Ikora to turn in this quest, we do get some like specific voiceover from her saying, this is what I want you, this is what this is what I want you to do to learn how to control it, and so on and so forth, things like that. But really, even if that isn't, well, okay, I shouldn't say that, because I actually I almost do think that kind of voiceover is necessary for this to really pay off. But even without knowing the details of like voiceovers, cutscenes, all that stuff, the reason I'm excited for this is because one of my biggest gripes with vanilla Year 1 Destiny was the fact that these characters are labeled as, Ikora Rey, Warlock Mentor, Cade 6, Hunter Mentor, Commander Zavala, Titan Mentor, and yet they never actually mentor you. They never actually teach you how to do anything. You don't go to them to actually pick up your new abilities as you do with like class trainers in World of Warcraft. Although I guess even World of Warcraft has moved away from that recently. There's still quests attached to those things, but you get the abilities automatically. But like I said, in Vanilla Destiny, you got the abilities automatically, but there was never any sort of tutorial mission or tutorial quest, as the term should properly be, to actually show you how to use those and how to use them properly. And as a result, I remember when I was first leveling my Warlock, I went through a ton of trial and error, learning like the arc of the Nova Bomb and the blast radius of the Nova Bomb. So the fact that by all signs we're getting a quest that will actually teach us how to do that and be a tutorial is hugely exciting to me and very indicative of what I believe Bungie's actual mission is with the questification of Destiny. And it's also evidence of what they said earlier, was that they're not just sort of questifying the Taken King experience and having the quest system only come into play then. They actually went back, and I think this was in the Game Informer article in their new issue, was that they went back and questified all of the Year 1 content and reorganized things so that the missions have a better flow, and maybe that even ties into some new and improved storytelling mechanics, like I was saying earlier about how maybe Ikora Rey or Zavala or Cade actually give you sort of voiceover instructions about your new abilities and how to use them. Again, we don't know if that's the case. Bungie hasn't said that's the case, but with less than a month to go until The Taken King comes out, we won't have to wait long to find out. And even outside of the Vanguard mentors, I'm also really excited to see how this sort of reorganization of Year 1, the Year 1 content, actually does affect the story and how you progress through it, because I didn't necessarily have a problem with the way the missions flowed in Year 1 of Destiny. It was a little frustrating that you didn't get so much guidance as to, well, do I do these 2 side missions before I tackle this last story mission? But, I mean, all of that to me was overshadowed by the fact that Year 1 Destiny's storytelling alone was just abysmal. So I was so frustrated and pissed off about that I didn't really notice, I think, a lot of the pacing issues and sort of lack of guidance issues that Year 1 of Destiny actually had, and that I am picking up on as I go through and sort of mess around on a lower level character, thinking that I might, get one last experience of the Year 1 content before it's completely undone. So, all in all, like, the questification of Year 1 of Destiny by itself almost would be enough for me to throw down $40 for the Taken King by itself, just because I think that's of the changes that Bungie's made in this first live stream video. I think this one was the most desperately needed, and Vault Space, in my opinion, is a close second to that, because all the shit that they're doing to fix Vault Space is also hugely important as far as quality of life is concerned. But at least on my personal scale, the questification and the hopefully somewhat improved as much as they can storytelling of the Year 1 content, for me personally, hits number 1. So that is it for this video, guys. I will definitely be tackling Vault Space in part 2 of this series, because that was the other change that has me super excited and super giddy, because again, that was another one, a big one, that was desperately needed. So again, the fact that we're finally getting that, huge news and all excitement all around for me personally. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys also like and subscribe if you actually like what I'm doing here, and I will catch you all in the next video. Take care.